What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So the Persian Wolf Hadi has started a full-blown off-season and the man is already warning all of his competition for 2025. So the Persian Wolf says that he is gonna be absolutely ruthless next year. Now if Hadi lost the Olympia title this year while being at his 100%, while being at his all-time best, then I have got to say his confidence would not have been this way. But this was a regressed version of Hadi compared to what we saw at the Arnold, Ohio earlier this year. And the thing is, when someone peaks so perfectly at one show, the way Hadi did, there is always that risk that the same athlete might not show up looking like that the next time. And the same thing happened with Hadi at the Olympia this year. Yes, bodybuilding shows are also judged based on whom you stand next to. But the judges also do take that into consideration, that a certain bodybuilder looked better at his last show, at his previous showing, and Hadi just wasn't as good at the Olympia as he was at the Arnold. And it seems kind of wild, because we had this belief in all of our minds that Hani Rambo's guys, they just never miss. Now we saw this year both his guys, Derek and Hadi, they fell kind of short, and they just weren't at their all-time best, and they both paid the price. So there has to be a curse on getting that Mr. Olympia title back. Because the thing is, other than Jay Cutler, no one has been able to do that so far. Not Hadi not Phil Heath, not Ronnie Coleman. And same was the case with Brandon Carey as well. Now Hadi did beat Derek at the Olympia this year, who was supposed to be his biggest competition. But Samson Derek just came out of nowhere and he shocked the whole bodybuilding world. Now Hadi has months of brutal off-season training ahead. So it is gonna be really interesting to see what he can do at the Olympia next year. Will he go for more size? Is it even realistic for him to put on more muscle on his frame without getting blockier, without ruining his lines? Behrooz posted a few of his recent training updates. Now he doesn't stay as ripped as Hadi all year round, but he's a guy who trains twice per day, and when he shifts the gear, his coach Milo says he gets in shape faster than most of these guys out there. Now if Behrooz knew what kind of competition he would face in Romania and Prague in the post-Olympia tour, I think he would have 100% competed in both these shows. But now that he had some off time to detox, to clean out his system, he now realizes that he has this great opportunity in front of him to start this upcoming season by doing the Arnold Brazil against Good Vito in April. And he has plenty of time to get peeled and absolutely ripped if he starts his prep in January. Now for those of you guys who do not know, Behrooz has won the Arnold Brazil in the past, and that, if I'm not mistaken, was back in 2023. So the cool thing about this upcoming Arnold Brazil and FIBA Germany is that both these shows are just 1 week apart, and Behrooz has no traveling issues to that part of the world in Europe. So there lies a great opportunity for Behrooz to add 2 potential wins to his resume. Now Martin Fitzwater originally committed to doing FIBO as well, but as of right now we haven't heard any confirmation from him about FIBO. But if he does enter that show, Behrooz will also have this opportunity to go up against a guy who just placed top 4 in the world. Next up we have an update from a guy who actually has shown a lot of interest during the first ever FIBO in the men's open class, just because he wants to go into a show where there is some tough competition for him. And that is Sergio Oliva Jr, who is making his return to the stage for the very first time in almost 18 months. Because the last show that Sergio did, that was Cali Pro last year. And that's not a look or placing that he is immensely proud of. Now Sergio always looks massive in all of his updates, in the gym, while training. In fact, there have been several IFBB pros who have said that he is way bigger in person. But his problem throughout most part of his career has always been not getting ripped and dry enough for the stage. I believe the last time Sergio was really satisfied with the package that he brought, that was back at the Arnold 2020, where he placed top 5 in a very competitive lineup. Now this will be the very first time where Sergio is gonna do a show with somebody other than Chris Aceto in his corner as his coach. As we all know, he is now working with Stefan, and I truly think this is his last time to prove his worth, considering the man is already 40 years old. So he needs to win a pro show and get back on the Olympia stage, and then we can speculate where Sergio can place at the Olympia level. Andrew Jack in his recent YouTube video explained that he's working super hard to bring back glutes at this upcoming Arnold. And he isn't just gonna be bigger, but way more drier and shredded compared to what we saw at the Olympia this year, or compared to what we are used to seeing from him in the past.
We are not trying to build the glutes bigger. We're just trying to make it more harder. That's why I'm not doing crazy heavy. I'm doing like a moderate weight.
Now the lack of thickness in his side shots, as well as the detail in the glutes and the hamstrings, they have always been Andrew's biggest weaknesses so far. But I have got to say he did bring them up, especially if we look at his Texas Pro physique. But we know he's gonna get beat by both Derek and Samson Derek in those side shots. Now Andrew is put up together so damn well. His bone structure as well as his muscle bellies, they are just so unbelievably unique that he doesn't need to have frighted glutes like Derek Linsford to fight for the Arnold title against both Derek and Samson. But that being said, honestly, I have got to say, if he ever gets peeled and so ripped that he gets those frighted glutes, then I think that most probably won't be appreciated by the judges and by the fans as well. Because those wild proportions of Andrews, they are something that makes him so unique and so dangerous. And that is the thing that makes him stand out. Now the Arnold 2023, that was the most shredded Andrew ever got after turning pro. And he just cannot win the Olympia or the Arnold with that kind of size. Now it is so amazing how different these high-level athletes, they respond after a long dieting phase. Because we have the reigning Miss Olympia, Samson Derek, who said he has been firing all the cylinders for this upcoming Arnold. That is now less than 9 weeks away. While Andrew Jack, on the other hand, is going with that slow approach. And he's gonna be all on, starting 1st of January. Looking at this offseason, or rather you can say vacation physique of Ramon Dino, that just signifies one thing. The man is a special athlete, and he just doesn't get out of shape no matter what. And we have to keep in mind, this isn't something that is right after the competition. We are more than 10 weeks post Olympia this year, and the man is still looking that impressive. So remember earlier this year, Ramon made a statement that one of the reasons he did not train post Olympia last year, and he just did a 6 weeks prep for the Arnold Classic last year, that was due to the fact that he was afraid he's gonna get so big that it is gonna become impossible for him to come down and make that weight cutoff, because that is how insane his genetics are. But this also shows that his back will always be against the wall, because he will never look at his personal best in classic physique division, unless of course they increase that weight limit one more time, so that some of these guys, including Ramon, they can come in bigger and more fuller. So 2025 is gonna be such a crucial year for both Urs and Ramon, as both these guys are setting out of this upcoming Arnold. And you just can't count out a guy like Ramon Dino for next year. He has placed second behind Chris Bumstead twice. Surely he can make a great comeback. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.